Hey, what's going on, guys? Tim here at Millennial Investments. This will be our last video for the day. We just released a video for our top 20 top performing trade alerts here at Millennial Investments, so I wanted to stay transparent and also identify our top 20 worst performers. And we'll get straight into it so we don't take too long out of your day. We'll be looking at GTT. This actually broke down on us because of the fact that the company is filing a pre-bankruptcy plan to eliminate all debt. I'm not sure how good or bad bankruptcy sounds in any company that you're investing money in. I understand their mission here, but ultimately I feel like there's other ways to access liquidity, such as stock offerings, unless they're restricted in using those tools. But as you can see, it's currently trading at 195. We initially alerted on it on January 22nd when the stock was at 383, currently down 50% on that trade, unfortunately. Even though we have taken losses in some of these trades, I'm going to identify they have not overwhelmed us in the profit gains that we were able to allocate in our top 20s. Those seeing 200 to some being 300% gainers, still averaging at 100% positions that we still are holding on some of those. You can review some of those videos at the end of this one if you would like to see re-entries into those. But getting out of this trade for sure, not looking to get back into it, regardless of if it's showing a swing on the 4-hour. I'm not really interested in it at all. Due to the fact that the company announced that news. Next one we're going to look at is Naked. Naked, we actually jumped into this trade thinking that it was going to swing during the short squeeze, and it actually rebounded. We missed that rebound, unfortunately, and we're still stuck in the position, sitting at 106, currently down 43% on it. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing an price average down on the stock. As you can see, it's showing momentum to the downside, but I'm at least allowing the position I have in it to at least rebound to the 143 or the 166 at least to exit and minimize my loss there. You don't lose until you sell it. So the next trade I'm going to look at is RMO. We actually did a re-entry into the stock right in this price range that we're at, around 12.98, I believe, was when we made our position today. It's currently sitting at 12.95. We think this was a strong buy zone that we've been waiting on. This trade has actually been pushed down by Tesla, and we still have faith that the stock can hit $24. And we actually alerted on the stock when it was at 18.53, and that's when we replaced our initial position on the stock. So what we did was we price averaged down to the 12.95 areas, same size position, and what we're looking for is making about 130% overall on the trade, moving back up to the $24 price range. Even if we get to the 18.59s and we see resistance, we can at least exit the trade and still have near 50% gains on it to recover some of the losses here. So we're holding on to it. We advise entry into it. If you missed it, you're getting a better price than we did initially. But moving forward, we're going to be looking at VYGR. It's breaking a level of support, although it's rebounding on the low end there. I don't have faith that this is going to be able to break back above 649, so we will be closing this trade. I was looking for a strong re-entry around this 703 level, I believe was what we discussed before, or ultimately this 649 played a part before, I believe, but it wasn't able to find that support. I should have closed the position then, thinking it was going to swing to the upside. Wasn't paying attention to it and just took a loss there. But moving forward, ONTX, actually a newer trade, February 18th. We alerted on it at 185, but it's still showing signs of a swing. So we're actually going to price average down on this one around the 130 areas going into tomorrow. So keep an eye out on that alert. As long as it meets the confirmations, then we will be pushing that out. But definitely a re-entry into the trade if you weren't able to get into it initially. Even after last week's pullback, it held strong around these 120 to 130 levels, and we're looking forward to go to the 166 ultimately for about a 20 to 30% swing on the re-entry and our initial investment as well. Anyways, moving forward, our next trade is DSS. We actually had high hopes for DSS last week, pretty much slaughtered the stock and all the momentum that it had gained going into the week before, and pulled back. It's currently down 23%. I think we may hold for this for this stock for just a little bit longer to see if it will bounce back to those 577s. We initially alerted on it at 462, and we were only looking for a 10 to 20% swing on the trade anyways. So it just didn't perform to our expectations. Currently sitting at negative 23%, 13% below our threshold. So, you know, another loss in the books, but you live and you learn. OBLG. It's currently trading sideways, not showing too strong of momentum, although we could still recapture some gains to the upside here. We were looking for it to retest those $7 price levels. It just didn't make it there. It made it to 621 and rebounded down to the downside. We initially alerted on the stock at 558, currently trading at 441, putting us down about negative 20% on the trade. Just ultimately blew out the bottom on us and thought we were going to find strong support around that $5 level. Just didn't happen. I should have got out of the trade. I might price average down based on what the 1 hour tells me right now. And please keep in mind, I haven't reviewed these. I'm reviewing these with you actively so that you can see my honest opinion and expectations in these trades moving forward. So 1 hour is not showing me too good of a signal. I expected to bounce off that 34 and back to the bottom and retest those $4 price levels. I'm going to go ahead and get out of this trade probably first thing in the AM, depending on how it opens, if not after hours. After I finish this video, to be exact. VTRS is another trade that's down on us. This just broke out. I don't even know what happened here. We initially alerted on it at 1818. Thought it had a strong uptrend. I'd have to look at the news to provide that to you here. If you're interested in understanding what happened, we can actually look real quick. I have my news ticker pulled up. I think I have already identified what it was on previous reviews for this, but it broke down on February 22nd, and I'm looking here. Expects company to pay dividends. I think it was based on the dividend payout that it did this year at 44 cents. I'm not sure, but there wasn't anything that stood out to me when I initially looked at it. Oh yeah, it was based off their guidance. That's what it was. And so it hasn't recovered from that, and currently showing momentum to the downside. Continued on, hitting this 14.84.8. I was expecting it to bounce off of it. As you can see, we're seeing some swing right here. Currently oversold, even on the 4 hours, still to this day. It has an earnings report. I might wait till March 3rd, which is Wednesday, to see how this reacts to that. And if we can pick back up some gains. If we do, I may alert on this stock again, so look for a re-entry into it. Right now I'm looking on exiting though, based on the 1 hour trend. Next one was Ego. We initially alerted on this February 5th. It was at 1231. Looks like it's trying to set up for a swing to the upside, so it basically pulled back due to earnings report. We alerted on it when it was at 1231 on the 5th, all the way back here, and as you can see, it performed for us, just not to what we expected. It jumped about 10%, and we let it hold, and then it broke down, and now it's currently negative 15%, so we're looking for an exit out of the trade. Next stock we're going to look at is BBD. Getting out of this trade. I don't like the momentum signs on the 1 hour whatsoever. Currently down 15%. If you have a position in it, I would not stay in this for the long haul. PTVE, we initially alerted on it on February 19th. It gapped down from last week's pullback and never recovered from that, but it is showing a swing on the 1 hour. Let's look at the 4 to see what we're looking at on momentum there. So we could potentially bounce off of this RSI level and bounce back up to the 16. So I'm looking for a potential re-entry on this stock. PVG is another one. February 8th, when we initially alerted, it was at 1137, currently down to 964 at a negative 15% loss. We're getting out of the trade, not seeing momentum back to the upside, just doesn't look healthy at all. Don't like what I'm looking at, and I'm going to go ahead and get out of this one. So next stock, this was a highly expected stock to perform, PRVB. I know some of our members were highly interested in it. Just had an earnings report, broke its level of support based on that report. We're going to go ahead and close this trade out for now, and see how it retests these 1386 levels. If it finds support above that, then maybe it can find the momentum it initially had when we were pushing this trade alert. So ultimately it's down negative 15% as well. Looking at APRE. just broke down. I mean, I don't know. It gapped down on the 28th. We initially alerted on it at 680 on the 3rd of February, right here. It actually bounced to 878 at its peak. So it performed there for us for a minute, but then it just broke down, and it could swing again. I'm just not willing to wait. I could reallocate those funds somewhere else, and basically I'm missing another opportunity as we see a strong downward trend that is sticking to right now. Unless it has a catalyst back to the upside, I don't expect it to do anything. So getting out of that trade. I'm going to be closing all these out, so you should receive email updates as well. GORO, another stock I'm getting out of. Initially alerted on the stock on February 1st. It was sitting at 305, and it just broke down from there. There was an exit around here. We were looking for it to swing. It just got rejected. Strong resistance around this 307 level. Just can't hold above it for some reason. And we're just going to get out of the trade for now. So APTO, alerted on it at 443. Currently sitting at 404. Potential re-entry here. Let's look at it on a 4-hour swing. See what we're seeing. Yeah, potential re-entry. We might average down on this a little bit since it's only down 40 cents. We're only down negative 9% on the stock. So we might average down on it in order to capture the gains that we're missing now to the upside. We're still looking for this to retest those 486s moving forward. So keep that in your watch list. We already looked at AP. Let's look at lots. Carlotz. We initially alerted on this stock when it was at 1078. This was a new stock, and this is why I don't like IPO stocks. When I say IPO stocks, they're less than a year old. They were just released to the market here recently, and I don't like them because it's hard to basically confirm how the price has reacted to previous levels and stuff like that, and identifying those levels first and foremost. We initially alerted on the stock on February 18th at 1078. It's currently trading at 985, and we're down 8.63%. As you can see, we're actually down more than that, but it has rebounded pretty well. We might just let this one play out, recapture some of those losses, and then see if we can continue to the upside, retest those 1088s. We were ultimately looking for this to retest to 1290 for about a 20 to 30% trade. Next stock we're going to look at is VRAY. Initially alerted on this stock February 8th when it was at 510. As you can see, it has not performed any better than that. It jumped to about probably about 530 right here along the 16th time frame of February. And has just shown momentum to the downside. Of course, last week crushed it and pulled it down a little bit. Not seeing strong rebound off of this 441 that I would want to see. The stock is currently going back below the EMAs. We weren't able to complete the EMA crossover on it. Broke its long-term trend overall. Just losing confidence in the trade. I would definitely do some DD on this and some more fundamental analysis to determine if I'm going to keep it going or not. Next trade we alerted on February 9th, EGAN or EGAN. 12.26 is where it was when we initially alerted on it. That was somewhere around the 9th. And as you can see, it actually performed, hit the 14.11. It just broke down. We were looking for support above the 12.84. It broke down, and we're still looking forward to retest those levels moving forward. We're not going to keep our fingers crossed or anything like that, but I will leave this position running as it's only down negative 6% so far. Of course, it was down lower than that due to the market pullback last week, but we're just going to let it run. We could potentially do a price average down and capture some of those gains based off a lower entry price, but we just don't see near 75 cents a share as a strong buying opportunity. We would have hoped to gain some of those shares at the $10 levels, but we weren't doing that because it was showing strong momentum to the downside during last week's sessions. That's it for our top 20 worst performers on the trade alerts that we have. You can review our top 20 top performers and gainers, and you'll understand why we're not really concerned based on the portfolio we have open and these stocks being crushed by the market pulling back last week. We were hoping, and we kept these positions open to potentially find new re-entry points into them, Of course, some of them did work out, some of them are currently working out, and some of them didn't. I wanted to make this video so you're aware of how we're going to manage them moving forward. We didn't want to jump the gun too hard last week and miss some great opportunities on some gains, even though our price averages were a little bit higher than the entries we could have obtained in last week's performances. But ultimately, I just wanted to share this. If I was going to do a top 20 performers, I felt like I needed to do a top 20 worst performers. Again, at the end of this video, I want to thank everybody. If you're still here with me now, I want to thank you for taking the time of watching this video and supporting the channel and the community here at Millennial Investments. If you found any of this information beneficial in any kind of way, please be sure to like and subscribe to show your support. That's simply all I ask of you as we continue to provide potential investment opportunities and also track the trades with you, so you can optimize your own investments and trades. If you have any questions or feedback, feel free to leave it in the comments below, even if it's criticism. I'm not here to troll some of these stocks, and I don't want to be trolled, so expect me to have some rejections to that. I've received some feedback, some flack rather, on my feedback based on trolling and my opinion. This is my opinion. This is how I'm trading it. I hope you can agree with all of what I'm telling you, as I am only here to benefit you as well as myself moving forward and sharing the information I provide for you. That's it for right now, though. That's it for today. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow for Coffee and Stocks. If you're still here with me, you know we do our Coffee and Stocks at 7 a.m. Central Time every morning pre-market, and it leads into the market open to kind of prepare and set ourselves up for the trading day and find opportunities that we can hop on before the market opens, and then watching how it reacts to market open and going through those processes for the first few hours of the morning. So feel free to join us if you're looking for more opportunities that you are not aware of, or if you would like to review trades yourself and share that information with other members of the community as well. Other than that, I hope this was helpful. I hope that you understand what we're trying to do here, and why we held some of these stocks. You don't take a loss until you sell it, and that's why we were kind of being patient. We didn't want last week's correction to cause us to do any panic selling, but adversely help us find buying opportunities, as I preached and praised all through last week, trying to keep people's heads up with seeing nothing but red across the screen. I understand that feeling, but other than that, that's it, man. I appreciate you for taking your time. I appreciate you all for taking your time and watching this video. I will continue updating some of these stocks. We have about 98 stocks open, 98 positions, so I still have some positions to review. Those were the ones that were in our sell threshold or beyond that, and those that are leading to those sell thresholds, and how we're going to capture them or secure our risk on them moving forward. So we will be doing some updates on these other stocks and how they performed individually, one by one, as I go through the week. So stay in touch for that. Stay in tune. Feel free to look at our top 20 performers to see some of the re-entry points that we have with those, in case you missed the initial explosions that we got off those trade alerts going into January and February even. Other than that, thank you for watching. Have a great night. Look forward to talking to you all in the morning. Good luck trading, and that's it. Thank you.